We move to another and more tricky stuff. Follow me, try not to read. I will explain everything is written for you. It's your good luck or bad luck. I mean, those symbols are not there. The word qirto, it means the registry, where you write. So the book, kitab, is already printed somewhere, someone else wrote it, and bring it to you. So with you, here you have qirto. It's one where you write, the notebook, the registry. Okay? So, when they established the city, when the colonies, the Phoenician colonies, they established a city. So in every city, they created like a central registry where they register the marriage, the kids, the divorce, the death, the ownership of the land. Everything needs to be registered in there. And by the way, we still use the same like civil way of controlling. Like here, even now in Russia, we have ZACs, we have passport installed, we have all this. It is there, but
Still have?
we still have. Yeah, yeah. In my country, in Syria, we have something we call nufus, the living persons, to register the marriage, the death, the kids. But you have another department, al-aqar, to register your ownership of the land. The word for the land surrounding the cities, it is ristok. And from this word come my family, rizq, the richness. We have a lot of land. Our grandfather was rich. He didn't leave anything for us. So he used all the money to enjoy himself. Yeah, so ristok, it means that you have a land. That's the land surrounding the area, the cities, for agriculture, the rural areas. So if your land is registered already, what will make? Ristokrato. The land is registered. And if you are talking to a person, you add the identification A, so he become aristocrato. It means that this man, he has a registered land. He's the owner of the land. And then the word, of course, changed with time. Well, aristocrat, oh, they are the rich guys. Yeah, they are the rich because they own the land. And their ownership of the land is registered and secured. So that's the origin of the word aristocrat. We get deeper. If I will take you now like this, and we go to the ZACs or to the passport install or whatever, find me something there. Will you be able to find? It's difficult. If I will take you really into this department of, what do you call it, the properties of the government, I say, find me if Mr. Sergey, he has some land. You might find.
Does he have?
You might find, but it will take you a long time to search through the way. You don't know where to go. So, who can find his way inside those books? He needs to be expert. And the word expert in the Assyrian and Aramaic language is bhoro. Bhoro, it means he's expert. He knows. And by adding the word bhoro to the word krato, so he's bhoro krato. He knows the book. He's expert in the book. It's not what the people, they say, oh, bureaucrato, that's the power of the bureau. Because the word bureau, when did it come? It's a new word. But the word bhoro, and because you could not say the letter he, that's why I choose the letter he at the beginning, because it's one of the letters, the tricky ones. So the letter he was dropped, and the name became bureaucrato.
turns out that all evil comes from Syria as well.
Exactly.
All evil of the world.
So, and because those guys, they were like busy doing something, like, okay, 3 or 4 of us, 5 of us, 6 will come to that guy, and it was the same place for registering the marriage, the death, the land. It's one location, like the government relationship with the people. Okay? Someone comes, oh, I want to register my son. Someone goes, oh, my father passed away. Oh, I want to get married. I bought a land. So, and that expert, guys, stop. I'm busy. Until I finish, I will deal with your job. So they were like this. So the people were standing, what are they doing? Oh, Horocrato is busy. So, Horocrato is busy. What? We can't do anything. He's busy. So that's how it came, the idea that it's bureaucrato. So, it's bureaucratic. I mean, it will take a long time to do it. It's not like that. That's the origin. And I will let you think on your own what the word democrato means. Because not the power of the people. It is not. Use the same principle and you will find the real meaning of that word. Because, I mean, when you come there, and I will come now to somewhere and say, oh, this land is mine. What the people tell me? This book is mine. The first thing you say, can you prove it? And who can prove my words? I need like certificate from the Horocrato. But what that place called? And who can prove that one? I need to witness. So Democrato is the location where we make all the registrations. It's not the power of the people. And old people used to work there. They used to sit, you look like son of Dimitri, right? Yeah, well, our family was like this. Because your eyes look like your father. You have your mother's smile. You know, those old people, they know everybody. They've seen those kids growing up. They know how they act, how they do. So usually into it will be also like maybe tricky for you, because the acroboli, that's the gathering of the higher level of the people. I mean, that's what the word means. Acropol, acro, it means the gathering. Boli, it means the layer of the people at the higher level of the people, like the elderly usually. So the one they know more. So that's the meaning of the word. It's not like, oh, the gathering of gods. No, it's not the gods. But in our mentality, because we have very high respect for the elderlies, so it's like gods. We respect them, but we do not worship them. It's different. Unfortunately, the scholars, when they start studying this region, I mean the Mesopotamia, Syria, they mixed some of those like ideas. It's not worshipping, it's respecting. Anyway, so we know now what the aristocrat means, what the Horocrat means. Let's go into another one. The word lega. Lega or loga, by adding the movement. Loga, it means the speech, the pronunciation, the identification, and become logo. We have a logo, that's you identify the brand. So you have a logo. The word philo, they translate it as love. Philology. Love what? If loga is language, philologa means the one who loves the language. Doesn't give that meaning. The word philo is the student, but not the school student, because the school student is kleidel. This is like a university student. But those times, they were not called this. university students, they were called like the researchers, the more developed. They used to like study directly under one of the teachers. And you have to approach the teacher, and the teacher needs to take you, accept you into his circle. So you are philo. So the philo means students, scientists, researchers, not love as they understand. So philologia, the expert in the language, the one who studied the language. Sophie, the enlightenment, the glowing. So when I will tell you that idea, your eyes will blink, it's like, wow, I found it. And you come say, okay guys, I have an idea, I will share with you, you will listen to me. So I'm glowing. So that's the word Sophie. Philosophia is the student or the researcher
Sophisticated.
for the glowing. So he's approaching the glowing, and he can talk about his idea. Echo, it means where. That's a question. Where? Location. Where is the location? So ecology, it's again the identification of the place. It's not like, oh, the atmosphere is good, it's raining, oh, it's bad smelling here, it's pollution there. No. The ecology, it means the identification of the place. And also in the same way, you can do your own research for the other, like, names. If you open, or when you will open your like encyclopedia or whatever, and try to understand how they try to explain those words. And now when you know the real meaning of those words, and you will see what's the logic in the name. Because, okay, he loves the language, so he's philology. Huh? Why? Horocrato. Yeah, that the power of the bureau, but the word bureau did not exist at that time. How it come? It's the same. Aristocrat, what does it mean? If crat is the power, so what does the word aristo means? Aristo, what does the word aristo means? They have no meanings. And they try to invent some words for that one. Our next slide will be even more shocking for you. So, do you go to theater? You go to theater. You like going to theaters or no?
Theaters?
Theater.
Theater. I like.
Theater.
I like.
You like going to theater?
Yeah.
You go to theater?
Sure.
Sure. So,
Theater.
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 Ah,
Yeah? Okay. So,
tussen de lijnen.
okay. You go to church?
No.
No.
Occasionally.
Occasionally. Okay. When you go to church, how the praise starts, how the mass starts? They carry the cross and the walk inside the church, and they put it singing a song. Right? When bringing that cross, God himself did not come. But that's like a symbol of God, a trace of God. So, we hear the word dithyram. Ask anybody, what's a dithyram? Oh, that song, something. Yeah, but okay, what does it mean? Where did this word came from? So let's study this word. Dithyram is consisted of the identification, ether or ethero, which means the trace representing, ambo or ambon, the throne, the representer of the throne, the sign of God. So when you go in, start singing that song, the dithyram, you are like saluting, you are greeting the god. Even if he's not there, you are providing your singing, your like saluting your approach to his representative. And usually, those days, they used to bring one of his, like statues and carry it into him, put it there, like as we have now in the churches, like we have statues of Mother Mary, statue of Jesus. He's not there himself. It's a sign for him. And they sing a dithyramb, which is mean di eth rambo. More. Ether, or ethero, the sign, the place. By adding the letter D, diethro, try to say it. Diethro. Diethro. Little bit difficult. So it was softened.
Diestro.
Diethro.
Diestro.
Yeah, but it was softened to teatro.
Dietro. Yeah.
So the word theater, the one we use, teatro, it means the sign, the place where the play happened. Everything related to the theater, everything, they have an Aramaic Assyrian names. Everything. Tragedy, comedy, manidi. What's manidi? Mutmghanidi, the singers. So when the people go into the theater, okay, oh, we're gonna be listening to like songs today. That's manidi.
Opera.
That's different time, yeah, but they like the word they say, we're gonna be listening to like a play. It's a manidi play. It's like singers play. Figura, they're presenting. That's pure Assyrian word. So this person, his body, he represents his figura. Bakai. You know that's the crying from the verb baka. Baka. Bakai is that like, oh, he loved her, he suffered because of her. So that's the term called bakai.
So sorry, does it have to do with that kind of religion, Baha'i?
No, Baha'i is different. That's a different word. That bakai. Bakai is from the verb baka, cry, with tears. So this is like the sad play. The people they cry about death, about struggle, suffering, stuff like that. So it's the type of the sad play called bakai, which makes you cry. So that's from the verb baka. Skini is like the location. And when you go to a theater, when the play starts, what happens? Everybody gets quiet. Skini.
Everybody starts to sleep.
Skini. Quiet. Nobody talks. Everybody listen. Everybody look. Yeah. If someone sleeps, okay, he's enjoying to the maximum. So he's feeling relaxing to the maximum when he sleeps. Good. So the word skin means the relax. So when the people go into the scene or the place, so it's like quiet. Plus it has another name, another meaning. That's the place where the actors goes and sit to relax. So where he had the skinniness, that's okay, I'm tired from playing this one, because you used to wear some dresses, jump, some fights, and stuff like that. Proscinium, you would never believe, because this is from the word faro skini, paro skini, become proscinium. Paro, it has different pronunciation. Paro, faro, it should come the word port. Also like the mouth, the smaller place. So this is the entrance from here and here on the side. That's on the theater. It's called the Proscinium. This one. Fusso, small part. Fisso. Hapesos, the small piece, become episode. We are playing episode. And piece, it went also to the Latin as piece. Small piece. So those words, they are all from the Syrian origin. We still have like few ones. The word drama is not what you see on the theater. The word drama is what you see on the ring. Because the verb dur is fight, wrestle, the fighting. And how they used to start the fight? Used to play.
Greeting each other. Greeting each other.
How? Boom, 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 boom.
In this way.
Playing a drum. Hitting on the drum, it means the action starting. So this comes from the word dur, dur. And that's what came to Russia as draka. From the verb dur, which means fighting. And by adding the female ending a at the end, so it becomes drama. So that's the meaning of this one. Another word, you drive. You drive?
No.
You drive?
Yeah.
Anybody drive? So it's easy to drive. You're always stuck in a traffic. You hate traffic. Everybody hates a traffic. Okay? Nowadays, when a big boss, rich man, move from one place to another, he has bodyguards with him. The bodyguards called murafaqa, accompanying, the one who accompany that guy, the famous guy, the VIP guy, the rich guy, the presidents, whatever, the big mafia boss, whatever. He has murafaqa, someone to accompany him. Those times, when the caravans used to go from one village, from one city to another, they used to have the security. Those security used to go and close the roads, so don't know what the caravan is passing. So those security they called traffic. They accompany. And the word traffic become traffic.
Murafaqa, turn traffic.
Traffic. Now we say murafaqa, but the old they were traffic, which came with or go with, accompany. So like the security of the convoy. So like now I put this the car. So those police guys, they are the traffic of the convoy. So those days, those security for the convoy, they were called traffic. And then the word become like the meaning of like passing. So those guys, oh, they have traffic with them. I mean, okay, wait, no, we have to wait. But they have traffic with them. We can't do it. So this is the word of the origin of the word traffic. So everybody now, when he's stuck in the traffic, and when you see like on your Yandex, oh, it's traffic, bad traffic, so you know, okay, this is a Syrian word for the word. As I mentioned before, the word port, that's the diversion of the word far'o or paro, become port. Like the Bosphor, that's fassa oro, which means the mouth of the marble. And the sea become the Sea of Marmara. That's in Turkey and in Greece. And the other strait, the Strait of Dardanelles, the word Dardan, it is the narrow road. Dardan Il, the narrow road of Il, because when you get here, you reach to the place where Il is there, the god is there. But when you go inside, that's the Sea of the Marmara. And the other entrance, the Bosphor, today is Bosphor, that's the Fossa Oro. That's the mouth of the marble, and the sea become the Sea of Marmara. As I mentioned before, if you go to somewhere, you establish like a shop, you will give it a name, you know, which is close to you. You wouldn't go like to China and establish like a restaurant called, I don't know, Odessa. Maybe Odessa you will call it because that's closer to you, but you wouldn't call it Los Angeles. You wouldn't call it New York, New Delhi, Muhammad, you know, like the traveler. You give it a name, you understand. So the name of those cities, they hold the secret, the key to know who established those cities. So we will talk about the Greece. Rhodes means the rose. Milos, we'll divide the S. Milo is the apple, because it looks like an apple. Odessa, you say Odessa. Odessa, Antioquia, the clean one. Odessa, Antioquia, the green one of the guardian angel. Lesbos, the Vertal, those are the cities on Greece. Sorrento is from the urn. Sorrento, how the maker of the jars. Arcadia, the boring, because it's in the middle of nowhere. There is no sea, no rivers. It's a boring place. That's how it's translated. Arcadia. It's not a boring. Arcadia is boring. The city called Arcadia. Crete. Pariat, that's the village. Because that's the first when you meet, when you are on the sea, the first island is the Crete, so that's the land, that's the village. The Delos is somewhere here. It's like the shaking one, like the dancing one, because the myth says that the land was dancing, but the god Zeus or Zowo, the light, that's the name, is the light. Like fix the place so his wife would give birth for the kids. So those cities are all, even the first city, according to the Greek mythology, the first city was called Thebas. Thebas means the good land, the good smelling land. The one Qadmus established when he was searching for his sister, Europa. Qadmu means the first one, the first son. That's when Zeus kidnapped Europa and took her to Crete, and then her father, Agenor, told his brothers, go and get your sister. She was kidnapped. So he came to what is Greece, and the oracle told him to establish the city Thebas. Thebas, the good land, or the good smelling land. We go to Italy. We have this city here, Messina, they call it. The name Messina came from the word muq. Muq, it means the shoe. Muqina, the one who makes the shoe. And the letter q is difficult. It gets changed to Messina. So the word Messina, the city, and it was famous as, you know, the shoe making, and it's the top of the shoe here, you know. Saracusa. That's the word Sayyara Quza. Sayyara make. Quza, all the plates where you used to eat and drink, that's Quza. And it was very famous in making all the dishes, stuff like that. So this is Saracusa. The word Atika, old one. And from this word comes the word Antica, antique. So you are wearing an old dress. Oh, you are wearing Atiq. Oh, he's an old man, he's Atiq. He knows too much, he's Atiq, old man. So it's the origin of the word Atika. The word Rome. The Syrian who built the city Rome. Rome, it means the one on height, high one. That place is high, for me it's Rome. And according to the legend, Rome was built on 7 hills. It was built by the Syrian people, and they give it the name as Rome. Fogia. The one, like if I will take this one, I put it here, I put it Fogia. I put it there, you know, Fogia. And it has the same meaning as the word Aliyah. But Aliyah, it means somewhere like in open space or in the air. While Fogia, it's on fixed ground. So the cities from Phokia, it's somewhere, I believe it's here, they moved up, that's Phokia, and then when they went higher, they established Aliyah there. So those cities, they were established by Assyrian. So when you say like, okay, one city here was established by the Syrian, but they didn't reach here. What this place called? The sea. The Adriatic Sea. What the meaning of the Adriatic? That's Ador Tiki. Ador turn, Tiki back. So that's the turn back sea. So when they were like sailing, the guy, Capitan, what? No more sea, it's land. What? Land, no more sea. Turn back, turn back. So they turn back. So this sea come the turn back sea. So the Adriatic Sea. You ask any person from all those countries around, ask them what the meaning of Adriatic. They don't have a meaning. But they refuse to acknowledge that this is an Assyrian name. That's the Aramaic people, the Phoenician, who came there to give the name to this land. And this is one of the treasuries still there. 2 more slides, and we're done. The city Cappadocia, which is somewhere here. That's north of the mountain Taurus. You know, when a new boss, new president comes to the power, what he do? He change all the big guys, all the managers. You have to go. So that's also the same. When the power used to change in Syria, the people, they used to run away behind the mountain, because the mountain was considered as the border, the natural border, the Taurus. So they go there. So they are Syrian. So they established the city, Cappadocia. Kappa means the cap. Docia, like Odessa, the clean one, the pure one. And in that place, there were like a temple for the god Artemis. So the meaning of the word, in fact, the city Cappadocia, they spread their power up to the Black Sea. And they established trading points all around the Black Sea. And what's a trading point in the old language? Qurm. It means trading point.
How?
Qurm.
Trading point?
The trading point in the old language means Qurm. So the Qurm, they give it the name, because this was the trading point with the land behind them. That's the origin of the name. So Cappadocia, it means the temple of the purity. And by the way, it plays very, very important role into the Christian early names. Carthage, Carthagena, which is in Tunisia today. The story of Carthage, the princess Alisar, or Alisa, as sometimes they call her, she had a fight with her brother, the king of Tyre in Lebanon. So because he wanted to take her money from her husband, she took all the money, all the richness, all the people who support her, and they went from what today is Lebanon, Tyre, into what Tunisia, and established city Carthage. Carthage is the Qart Hatchet, the new village or the new city. Carthage, Qart Hatchet, that's the new city, become the name Carthage. And the people say, oh, they used to believe in the god Milqarat. No, Milqarat is the Milqarat, that's the king of the city. So they do not believe in the god Milqarat. They respect the king of the city. So it's like something like they like not worship, but they have very high respect. And Carthage really controlled almost all Europe, and with them they had the Punic Wars, and the descendant of Carthage is Hannibal. Hannibal. The name come into Russian to Gannibal because he was killing all his enemies. I mean, so he's a Gannibal coming, run away. So he is the smartest ever conqueror of that area. And after his death, I mean, the Romans managed to knock down the kingdom and finish all the Carthaginian. 1 minute, last one. So the word Brazil, it means iron in the Aramaic language, before adding the vowels. Brazil. And by moving the letters, come Brazil. And it was the secret place.
Уважаемые читатели, наша библиотека закрывается через 15 минут. Просьба подготовиться к выходу. Ждем вас завтра с 11 часов утра.
So, hey, Brazil, like the identification of Brazil, where they used to get the iron from, and in I think it was 18th century, which date exactly, I don't remember, one guy, he discovered like writing on stones, Ariba, the place, and he copied and he sent it. This is the letter. They did not know that time the translation of the Phoenician languages. It says, the letter says like, we left clear in like 10 vessels around the land of Ham, which is Africa, but like a storm from the hand of Baal drove us away, and we arrived here, 5 men, 3 ladies, and they established one of the very first settlements. And in fact, too many words, Aramaic words, remain up till now into the origin, the native people of Brazil in the language called Tiano. So if you Google Tiano, more than 80% of the words.
Sorry, how exactly is it called? Tiano?
Yeah. Taino, I think. Taino, Tiano, Taino, something like that. I mean.
Sounds strange.
It's like that's how they call it, the scholars. But when they start studying the text, the language itself, you understood that it's Phoenicians. So the Phoenicians, our like ancestors, they are the one who first discovered. In this picture of another like findings with the Phoenician scripts in Brazil. Some of the resources, Britannica, though sometimes they twist all the facts, but they acknowledge that the Aramaic was the lingua franca. Many countries they spoke that language. In 1871, one famous writer, John Baldwin, he wrote that the alphabet was brought by the Phoenicians, and it remains. All the language of Europe is related. It comes directly from the Phoenician. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
We have like 2 minutes for questions because they are kicking us out.